Hey guys, welcome to another edition of PRMG on the Scene. There haven't been many of these, so just to remind you, PRMG on the Scene documents PRMG events, usually the leadership conference, the sales rally, president's cabinet, and of course, during the holidays, we'll occasionally put one out documenting all the holiday parties. Anyways, with the pandemic, as we know, these events have been limited. So just to remind you what PRMG on the Scene is all about, but guess what? This year we had a very special event. No more special than past years because the President's Cabinet is always special, but this on the Scene is documenting this past year's President's Cabinet, which took place in Punta Mita, Mexico, just outside of Puerto Vallarta at the beautiful Four Seasons. Now, to say that this year meant more than any other year, that wouldn't be fair because every year is special, just like all your children are special. Every President's Cabinet is special to me. But this year, because of the pandemic, because of what we did as a team to make this trip happen, I think it had some very special implications. Let's just say that. Knowing how everyone has been holed up, knowing how everyone's been working remote, just the year, how it's gone by. So to be able to still go out on a limb, which was a big limb, let me tell you, we were balancing there, was quite special. And I would say that we are probably one of very few companies that actually pulled off the President's Cabinet trip this year, or whatever the other companies call it, reward trips. And I think that does make us special. And I think that does talk about what our DNA is. Not that they were irresponsible or reckless or cavalier with your health. Quite the opposite. Happy to say there was nobody that went on the trip that came back with COVID. So a success just from that perspective, but we kind of knew that and we put a lot of precautions in place. So very proud of that. And obviously wanted to document the trip, which you'll see video following, as well as some testimonials, but I just wanted to acknowledge a few important people that were part of this trip. First off, very special thanks to Andrea Malice. She is, I can't say my sidekick, I'm actually become her sidekick as it relates to putting this trip together. What an amazing job she did. So thank you, Andrea. And of course, to the spouses of all the President's Cabinet members. This video is documenting only those that attended the trip. There were some that chose not to, which we respect, whether it be from prior commitments or just not feeling comfortable with COVID, which we respect. But I wanted to recognize the first-time members, and that includes Charlie Suarez, Buddy White, Chris Pettit, Jay Bond, Lauren Rogers, Jay Perez, and of course the Director of Retail, Chris Sorensen. These are all first-time P'Cab members who attended this year's trip. And then, of course, I'd love to acknowledge what we call boomerangs. Boomerangs are previous P'Cab members that had a break, unfortunate break for whatever reason, and didn't make P'Cab for several years and then made it back. And those two people are Don Miller and Corey Daly, who is boomeranging in quite a way. She is PRMG's top producer in volume this year and amongst the top 3 in actual units in retail as a loan officer. So you want to talk about a boomerang, that's more of an explosion with the boomerang coming back. So congrats, Corey, on the job you did getting to P'Cab last year, and of course, what you're accomplishing subsequently thereafter. And of course, the last people that I would like to acknowledge is, of course, everyone's spouses and special significant others that are part of the President's Cabinet, the very fabric of the President's Cabinet, because without them, most of these people that are in attendance, including myself, it would not be possible. It just would not be possible. We need the support of our significant other or spouses, and we always, through President's Cabinet, on location, always acknowledge that, and I would be remiss if I didn't do that right here on this video. So enough of me. Once again, the President's Cabinet is incredibly special to ownership. It's incredibly special to me. It represents the very best of the best. It represents our top producers contributing on a go-forward basis to PRMG, the conference that we hold. Of course, we have a lot of fun, but we also do a conference, and from that conference comes a lot of ideas that shape PRMG moving forward. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the people that put this video together, as well as a few select President's Cabinet members with a few choice words to say about the trip. And cheers to these people that made it happen. And it was a beautiful trip. Thank you guys. Thank you all.
If I could think of a word to sum up our recent President's Cabinet trip to the Four Seasons Resort at Punta Mita in Mexico, it would have to be unforgettable.
If I had to think of one word to describe our P'Cab 2020 trip, it'd probably be exceptional.
Absolutely breathtaking, exciting.
If I had 2 words to describe this year's President's Cabinet trip, I would say much needed.
President's Cabinet this year was both epic and intimate, and if you've been with the company for any length of time, it really is a bucket list achievement on its own.
My senses were blown away. It was absolutely amazing, from the food to the people to the sights.
So if I had to give one word to describe it, I would just say blessed. This is a place where I get to call home. This is our family, and it never felt more like that than at the resort.
Describing P'Cab in one word, I would go with inspiring. Getting together with our founders, our partners, and our top salespeople from all divisions throughout the company to find ways to make PRMG not only better for our borrowers, but our employees was truly inspiring.
If I had one word to describe the trip, it would be charming. And that goes for the beaches, the hotel, and the great company that surrounded us. All of my colleagues, co-workers, and all their spouses that I was able to meet.
Awesome experience. Had the opportunity to spend time with the owners of the company who reinforced the vision of PRMG going forward, and with the top mortgage professionals in our field from all over the United States.
I got to spend time with my peers, my leadership, and realize that all of them help shape this organization. Boots on the ground in each location, and I just am grateful for being able to be a part of that.
Every little thing, from the time that you were announced and the package you receive, the dinners, the breakfasts, every single thing you could possibly imagine was thought of just to make you feel special.
Let me just say, it far exceeded any of my expectations, and they went way above and beyond with no expense or detail spared to help celebrate my personal accomplishment. And they honored my own family's sacrifice and commitments to making it a reality.
We've all been working so much, probably too much, and it was nice to get away, spend some time with our PRMG family and friends, and have a little bit of downtime.
Everybody just was relaxed with this crazy chaotic business that we're in, especially here in 2020, to be able to sit down and be with your peers and your spouses and just kind of relax and break bread.
It was an unforgettable trip due to the beauty of the resort. It was unforgettable because we were able to reunite with old friends. It was unforgettable because we got to connect with new President's Cabinet members. But mostly it was unforgettable because we got to get together as a President's Cabinet with our spouses and relax, take time to celebrate our achievements, and have a good time.
But I want to say thank you for showing us so much respect, so much love, and so much consideration while we were there.
Now, aside from our excursions, meals, and our pool time, which were great, the most memorable event for me was when a few of the owners actually joined me and my wife on one of our free days to visit one of the local missions in Puerto Vallarta. We spent a few hours giving of our time and resources to encourage the people who are sacrificing every day to improve the lives of those less fortunate in their community, and that puts things in perspective. It's a personal passion of mine to look for opportunities like that to minister to people or encourage them in need wherever I go, but to be joined by our leadership like my own personal family would bless me beyond words. I even was a witness to Paul Roso's impressive ping pong skills and fun and impactful memory, to say the least.
And my favorite memorable moment was at the welcome party when I learned that PRMG so generously donated over $46,000 to a worthy cause, and we were given the opportunity to release baby sea turtles into the ocean, which is super cool, and it's a gift of life.
My favorite moment of the trip was the awards dinner down on the beach. The level of detail, the thought that went into making the evening so special, from the atmosphere, the amazing food, the great company, The evening was a perfect way to end the exceptional vacation awarded to us all.
I have not found in the 15 plus years I've been in the industry a company that not only reflects but also promotes my values of faith and family as much as they do. And this President's Cabinet trip was no exception to that.
I'm very honored to be part of PRMG, to be part of this elite group.
I can't wait for P'Cab 2021 and to see what great destination that PRMG has in store for us.
The culture of this company definitely speaks for itself. Words cannot describe it. You have to be here to be able to feel it like I do and be part of it. So thank you again, ownership, for the opportunity.
Just thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was an amazing experience. It was very detailed, and everybody paid attention to everything they thought we would need. I'm looking forward to do it many more years.
Thank you, PRMG, for a really great trip. It was beautiful and the weather was gorgeous.
Thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you guys all next year.
You should check us out. #PRMG P'Cab 2020.